All right, so take a look at this Balisong, my very first butterfly knife. Pretty cool. This is a Boker Plus, and I'm going to try to flip it for the very first time. So there's actually a sharp edge right here that I blunted with duct tape. And then this side over here is the dull edge. And this is the handle you want to hang on to, like this, as far as what I've seen on YouTube. So you do not want to hold on to the pocket clip or the little clasp side over here. And as far as what I've seen, essentially like that. My first flips. All right, so if I do this left-handed, I have seen a lot of people where they'll only do right-handed. They won't do left-handed. I am really bad, really bad. All right, so I'll open and close. You know what I'm discovering? That these gloves are pretty worthless. Because where it hits me, I don't think is on the glove. It's like on the back of my knuckle. I haven't really seen anyone use those kind of gloves before. Yeah, and then when you switch hands, you have to flip it over. I'm really bad. All right, so I will open it, and then I will close it, and then open it, and close it. Hey, I'm getting better. Open it, close it. This is harder than you think it is. You see these people on YouTube doing this, especially left-hand. I'm right-handed. These are my first flips ever, and this is a small knife too. I was watching one guy that said if your hand starts hurting the back of your hand, you're actually flipping it too hard. Gotta flip it, gotta flip it. So the other thing is, this is not a live blade, so I am in no danger of this cutting me. Which means I've seen people get really sloppy doing a trainer, and then when you go to a live blade, I've seen them get cut. You know, the funny thing is I was watching a lot of they actually have competitions, and they have a couple of videos on YouTube where they have flipping competitions to see who can flip the best. And that's pretty interesting. I've seen some people get cut. And one of the rules in the competitions is it has to be a sharp blade. So you definitely want to know what you're doing. I think if it was a sharp blade, I would be moving a lot slower. I'd be thinking, all right, am I going to cut myself or not with this crazy thing? All right, I'm still really, really bad. I feel like I'm getting a little better, especially with my right hand. Oh, look at that. It doesn't seem like it takes that long to actually get going, huh? You kind of get in a rhythm. And I've seen some people, well, they'll do only right hand. I'm like, man, you need to use your left hand. I've seen a lot of those competitions. A lot of those people in the competitions, they will use both hands, and they will win the competitions using both hands. So you definitely want to practice that. This is kind of neat with the tripod right here too, because I have to be careful as far as not only my technique, but my distance as far as forward and backwards, and try to keep it in the middle where the camera can pick it up. So, The other thing with sharp blades, like a super razor sharp blade, like is on this Balisong, I've had knives. You know, I usually carry knives all the time, and it seems like when I get cut the worst, it's with a really sharp blade, and it's me dropping the knife and automatically reacting to grab my dropped knife out of the air, and that's when I get cut. So if you drop this knife, the best thing to do is just to let it fall. You do not want to grab it. All right, so I feel like I'm getting better. So open, close. Oh, my technique really stinks. All right. Not too bad, not too bad. Whoop. And then I always want to make sure when I open it that the blade is away from me. So I'm opening it properly, because if you grab the wrong handle, you'll actually cut the back of your finger. And I suppose if you came around, no, this way couldn't cut you either. Opening it or closing it. Ha! I'm getting better. Whoa, my left hand's still really bad. Really bad. I'm getting lazy. All right, so I actually just had to take a quick little break because my camera overheated and shut down. I think it was because I was just doing some underwater photography and it overheated, which is, I've never actually seen that before, which is kind of interesting. All right, so we're going to continue, do a little bit more flipping, first time flipping. After my little break, I feel like I actually learned something. I'm actually still feel pretty bad on my left hand. Feel like I need more practice. The other thing is you have to pay attention to open, direction of the blade, closed, have the right handle. You want to close it before you hand it off. You have to really pay attention. You kind of get mind numb with the tape on the blade because you're really not paying attention. Let me tell you, if there was a live sharp blade on there, I don't think I would feel as reckless as I do now. Just kind of blundering along, flipping the blade. It was really weird about how my camera shut down. All right, I'm feeling better. Maybe I'll do 4 flips on each. Not bad, not bad. Oh, I'm really getting the hang of it over here. Maybe not, maybe not. My left hand is still in need of some work. Of course, I'm right-handed, so I do notice it's kind of hurting me a little bit every now and then, right on the knuckle. I think it's because I'm sloppy and I'm banging against the, because I can do it without smacking myself. I'm definitely starting to hurt on my knuckle right here and right here. So it is, when I go back, you know, the other thing is I think this right here seems like it's hitting me. It's like, that's a bad design on the blade right here. because it's kind of sharp, that one little spot. I almost could like file it down or something. Or maybe it's to remind you, you need better technique, because I can stay away from it. Yeah, see, I can do it without getting hit. Too bad. I can do it without getting hit at all if I really pay attention. Nah. Not bad, not bad for my left hand. I'm getting better with my right hand. Boy, my left hand needs work. Yeah, I can keep away from that thing. Now that it's kind of hurting me and I'm kind of avoiding it. Oh, that was terrible. That's terrible. All right, all right, all right. I'm getting worse. I'm getting worse. All right. I think I'm getting tired. I'm getting sloppy. Sloppy. If I had a live blade, if it was razor sharp floating around like that, I might have a little more respect for this thing. The other weird thing is when I'm flipping with my left hand, my right hand is like reaching out, like it wants to help. Not bad. Feeling pretty good, pretty good. Oh, not bad for never flipping in my whole life. Of course, I used to be a drummer, so used to the drumsticks. But this is a weird way to turn my left wrist. It's just I feel like I need I need to put like my right hand in my pocket so I'm not like trying to help. Ouch. And that little back of the blade, that is sharp. Man, I'm getting worse. My right hand has it down good. Wow. I'm getting a lot better on that. My left hand is still terrible. It just takes practice. You're supposed to flip and then spin and then flip. Flip, spin, and flip. Flip, spin, flip. Flip, spin, flip. Flip, spin, flip. Flip, spin, flip. And then you have to pay attention whether the blade's out or in. Out or in. And keep the back of the blade away from your knuckle. It's starting to kill me again. My technique is pretty bad. All right, not bad, not bad. Oh, my left hand is terrible. All right. I feel like I'm almost a competent flipper for... I'm almost a beginner. Almost a beginner. Probably shouldn't have handed off my knife with the blade out, huh? Getting sloppy. That's what happens when you don't have the sharp blade. You get sloppy. Almost need to do twice on my left hand. But then I'm doing it on my right hand. All right, so this is overheating again. All right, so that's weird. It said it was overheating. I actually had it connected to my battery pack. I don't know if that's what's making it overheat, but it looks like it's still recording. It just shut off the LCD screen. Okay. Weird. I guess I can continue. I'm starting to think I need a new camera. The weird thing is I've used this camera for years. I never had a problem overheating. So I don't know. Yeah, let me close it before I hand it off. Yes. I don't want to hand it off to my other hand with a live blade sticking out. All right, so that's weird. Maybe it's overheating because the LCD screen in the back was on. Before I was actually shutting the whole camera off. So I don't know what's the deal with that. All right, so, ooh. Let's see how long we can flip. Think we can go 2 hours? I don't know if I can do it, go 2 hours. I'm feeling more confident. So this is interesting. It almost helps to hold the handles a little bit further down. You know, I was actually holding the wrong end, I think. I was holding the clip end, which means if this would have been a real blade, I would be bleeding all over the place right now. Because essentially, when you do this, you go back and it hits your knuckle. And if you actually have the other handle, you get your hand between the blade and here, and you'll cut yourself before you flip it back. So it's a good thing this is a trainer. That's all I can say. So I can keep going without getting cut. Whoop. Yeah, it feels like... Oh, this hand needs a lot of work. It's like I had it and then I lost it. Like this hand, I have it. All right, I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here. I think I did a handoff with the blade out earlier. I don't want to do that. You have to pay attention what flip you're on, if the blade's in or out. Whoops. And not go back too crazy fast to where you hurt yourself. I'm getting worse. I probably have terrible technique. People are probably watching this going, man, you really are bad. No, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling more confident now. Not bad. Ugh. I think if you did this all day long, or even if you did it a couple hours, flip, spin, flip, flip, spin, flip. You almost have to break it down into the individual if you think about it too much. Ah, all right, I'm getting better. It kind of helps to hold the handle like right in the middle, and then you can't forget to flip, because I handed it off and I had the bite end right here. You don't want the bite end, you want the dull end over here. Not bad. Looks like the camera's still recording. Hasn't overheated yet. Oh, let me close it for the handoff. Oh, my left hand is terrible. I haven't seen a lot of people do left-handed. Everyone seems to do right-handed. All right-handed. I've seen most flippers on YouTube. All they do is their right hand, and then every now and then they'll just kind of do something like that with their left hand without actually doing anything on their left hand. All right, let me close it. Mm-hmm. So I'd probably be bleeding pretty bad if I was doing it with a live blade. Ooh, wow. That was interesting. So I actually opened it and it caught here on my finger this way. It actually caught my blade doing that, caught my finger on the blade, on the sharp end of the blade, opening it. That was weird. Huh. I'm learning more and more about this contraption. I guess that's why you start with a trainer. I would recommend starting with a trainer. I'd be all cut up by now if I wasn't, if I had a live blade. And this thing is so crazy sharp too. All right, let me try that again. Wow, look at that. Ah, a little better. Better, kind of. Worse. It's harder than you would think. It seems like people do it, and it seems like it's real easy watching people do it. Takes a while to get the hang of it. The other thing is you want to do is pull it out of your pocket, pop it, and then close it. And then put it in your pocket. Pop it. Gotta practice popping it. I'd keep this in my right pocket, because in my left pocket I actually have my Ultratech Microtech Microtech Ultratech, and I got a knife in my left boot. Got a knife in my right boot. Overheating. Alright, so this crazy camera, this is actually a DJI Osmo Action Cam. I never had a problem with it overheating before. I actually put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes. I took it out of the housing here, off the tripod. It was smoking hot. I couldn't believe how hot it was. Put it in the refrigerator. Now it's just barely slightly warm. So, alright, so we'll do a few more flips. I feel like I'm getting better. Oh, I did the same thing again where I kind of, you got to really be careful on the flip coming out with that blade. Get your fingers out of the way. All right, I feel like I'm getting worse now. Much worse. It's funny, you get out of the rhythm of it, and you're a lot worse. I've actually seen some really good flippers, and they'll actually be like demoing a new knife on some of the knife channels, and when they first pull the knife out and do the first flip or two, it seems like they're really bad. I just did a handoff with the blade out. Oh, first time I dropped it. All right. Dropped it. Let me know in the comments. Your first flip, was it as bad as this? It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. It's funny. I get into the rhythm of it, and I feel like I'm doing really good, and then I lose it. My left hand, boy, I really have to watch when I first open it, that blade coming out. I have to get my big fingers out of the way. I can almost just do my left hand. Now I'm getting worse. This could be kind of, it's kind of addictive once it goes smooth. All right, flip, spin, flip. All right. All right. My left hand's pretty bad. Yep. Gotta catch myself. I don't want to hand off a blade. I want to hand off a closed knife. I'm good on my right hand. I feel like I'm pretty good. It's just my left hand. Boy, I had it. I had it. I think it's the spin. I have too much of a grip, and when it's like the timing of when you need to kind of release your grip to spin it around. Now I'm kind of getting it. You could almost do it. It'd almost be better if you could do it blindfolded. Of course, you wouldn't know if you had the blade in or out. You'd have to count and just kind of feel it and not look at the blade. I think that would be more liberating if you could not look at the knife. See, right now I'm not looking at it. And it seems like you can pay attention more of your feel instead of what you're looking at. But you have to go out, in, out, in. Because if you don't look at it, you don't know if you're out or in. That's the other thing. Let me try this, not looking at it. It almost seems like you have a better feel if you're not looking at it. Almost like it's a little bit easier. You can pay attention to how it feels instead of how it looks. I don't know how long we've been going. This is kind of addictive though. First time flipping. First time ever in my life. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Wow, my right hand. Yeah, that's the trick. Don't look at your knife. Don't look at it. Get your eyes off the knife and feel it. That's the trick. And it seems like everyone that I watch, like on YouTube, flipping their knives, they're always like have a death stare looking at the knife, trying to figure out what to do. And they always do it on the right hand. They don't do the left hand. So maybe switch up your hands. Take your eye off of the knife and feel it. Focus on the feel. Yeah. It seems like that's kind of like the hidden trick. I need to have more precise movements, like open and stop, close and stop, open and stop, close and stop. Instead of just going crazy. Open, close. So I'm starting to get sloppy where I can feel it in my knuckles again. I can feel that one. This is actually a really good trainer because you pay dearly for that. that little lip right there is sharp, man. That really gets you right on the knuckle. It'll really improve your technique pretty quick. You don't want to go back too far. You can, if you do it right, it doesn't have to hit the back of your hand. Oh, all right, come on now. My left hand is definitely still a challenge. Ah. All right. Because technically, if you pull out your knife, you want to stop here and you want to use it. And you want to put it away. So you have to have, like, you know, a thought about what you're doing. You want to open it and use it, or do you want to close it and put it away? I'd say most of the times you're not going to open it and go right into closing it. Unless you're just trying to show off. You're just trying to show off. Then you go back and forth. Now I'm getting sloppy. Oh. It's like you just want to keep going. Going and going. Not bad, not bad. I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. You know, another thing that would be good is open it and have it like pointed right towards one thing and then close it so you can actually control your angle when you open it and close it. Put a little bit more thought into it. All right. Not bad, not bad. For a first time flipper, first time ever in my life. Oh. All right, I feel like I'm getting really sloppy. Really sloppy, really sloppy. Really bad. All right, so on this camera, I cooled it down in the fridge, and I have the top of the case open that holds it to the tripod. Give it a little more ventilation. I still have it hooked up to my battery though, so now I'm feeling pretty good. Getting the hang of it. But still, I'm sloppy as far as where my blade is in position to the tripod. Not really paying attention. Banging my knuckle every now and then. That hurts. Gotta pay attention to my technique, my angle, my position. And luckily, I don't have to think about a sharp blade at the moment. I have to say, I really don't like my blades as sharp as this one. This one was like, you could shave with this easily. It was so super sharp. All right, so I feel like oh, you have to pay attention if it's in or out, where your blade lands, the angle, control the knife. There's a lot of things to think about. Don't go back so far to where you smack your knuckle. Don't hand off an open blade. Getting pretty good for my first flip. Pretty confident. Wow, my left hand's doing much better. It just seems like a new thing. You just have to kind of get the hang of it. All right, so that's pretty much it. I guess I'm going to end it here. My first flip. That's how long it takes to learn the flip. Both hands. Not too bad. I don't know how long that was. What, 45 minutes or so, maybe? Now I'm kind of switching it up, making a mess of it. I definitely need more practice with my left hand. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry this in my pocket, and then just around the day, during the day, I'm going to flip it out and do some practice. And maybe I'll learn the next trick for you. And we'll do something else besides just the basic open and close. Maybe I'll get into some fancy spins and stuff like that. Ah! Where am I at? Where am I at? Just when you think you're doing good, you mess up. Oh, funny. And then during the day, I'll probably take the tape off and cut some boxes and some bales of hay and a whole bunch of stuff, dull that blade up so it's not so super crazy sharp. I don't mind a sharp blade, but I just don't want it razor sharp to where I'm going to cut myself if I brush up against it. I don't know, maybe maybe I'll keep the tape on for a while until I get my left hand down a little bit more. This is like addictive. You want to just keep doing it, huh? You get better and better, like by the minute. You can feel it. Not bad. All right, that's it. Adios. I will see you in the next one. Pretty good for my first flip. See you next video.